Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Dragoon, and I am here today with Mr. Major. How are you doing, sir?
I am good. I am feeling nice. I am watching my own gameplay and ready to roll pretty much.
Yes, and thank you for joining me on this beautiful VOD day. I think this is going into the Halo Beginner's Guide Part 2. So what officially is your name, and where can people find you on the internet these days?
So my YouTube name is Modest Major 92. Unfortunately, it was taken on YouTube. That's what always seems to happen. But my moniker or my name is Modest Major. And I basically post only Halo at the moment. I'm kind of moving towards multi-gaming, but not yet. I want to figure out a few of the kinks. But right now, it's just Halo.
Oh my gosh, that was freaking sick. And then you pull your head back and roar like freaking Schwarzenegger.
This game has a few moments where like I got possessed by some sort of demon, and then 2 seconds afterwards I'll be like, oh, I didn't realize I just did that. That was pretty lucky and awesome. And then it would go back to normal playing.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Well, cool, man. Well, I've been watching your gameplays for a long time. You and I have been friends for a super long time, back when I was like a baby on YouTube. I would love it if you could talk through basically what's going on in the gameplay, some of your decisions, and basically how you're grizzing, or at least just sort of your thought process going into situations. I know you can't predict all of it, but a play-by-play, if you would.
Okay, well, basically what my point of view from the beginning of any Halo game is kind of get to the enemy team before anyone else can, and get on that front line as much as you physically can, and kind of a lot of players will not be... My kind of strategy is underestimating players, is kind of what I'd say. It's like, I'm going to go into this situation expecting this guy to make a mistake, and the other player will be sitting there looking at me like, why is this guy so insane? Why is he literally running into my face? I'm not prepared for this. So it's kind of just an idea of keeping players off guard. And also, I would have to say one of my biggest strengths is aim. I just want to keep my aim physically on form all the time.
Yeah.
My movement and my strategy might not necessarily be that amazing all the time, but I feel like if you can keep your aim on par and you can completely get in people's heads and keep your aim on par whilst you're in a disorientating situation, you can come out on top a lot of the time.
Oh, I really like the way you just said that too, because it's like you've got a shotgun and a beam rifle, and nobody is going to expect somebody with a beam rifle, right, to be in shotgun distance, which is what you're doing. But I really like that mentality of go into every fight thinking that the opponent is going to make a mistake, or that you at least have the ability to kill that opponent if they're caught off guard.
Yeah, and it's a very hard strategy to learn as well, I would say. Like, it's something where on older games, like, I kind of wanted to adapt it. Yeah, I like that shot. It's kind of like I wanted to adopt that strategy from the second I started playing. I knew I wasn't a player who had the tactical advantage and could outthink my players. It was more like, can I perfect my aim enough? And I wouldn't say my aim's perfect. There's obviously way, way, way better players, and I'm not good enough to be competitive. But at the same time, I would say my aim is one of my biggest strengths. And it's just one of these things where it was like, I know I can't be tactical, so what else can I do? What else can I play to my strengths? And that is running into a situation and trying to slow it down in my head. Almost like, it's like I'm trying to make it as slow motion as possible and think about my decisions one by one, if you know what I mean. Pick apart the situation in front of you.
Absolutely.
And I think that's just the way to do it, really. But there's certain situations, and that's how like kind of a montage player really works out well. I would say they can almost be a level above me, because I can't get clips for some reason, but some kids can just completely slow it down, and it's like they've gone into bullet time on Matrix, and they're just like, I know exactly what's going to happen now, and I can pick this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy, and prioritize targets. Which I try to do, but I do it in more of a gameplay standards. I still want to stay alive by the end of the situation, whereas I don't want to risk my life for something, if you know what I mean.
Oh, totally. I mean, you can charge into a room like with all the power weapons you want, but if you end up dying, you're actually like hurting your team. So you're focusing really hard on like, okay, there's 3 guys around me. Which ones do I need to kill in which order? Like, which one's the biggest threat, and alleviate them in that order.
And when do I need to get out? I would have to say I use Regeneration, because that is literally perfect for my playstyle.
Yeah.
When I saw it at first, I was like, Regeneration? That seems a bit cheap. I don't want to regenerate my health. And then I thought, actually, if I have the ability to get out of a situation, regenerate, and get back into that situation when they don't think... Because a lot of my playstyle, you might not see that much of it in this game, but a lot of it revolves around this object of, I'll get back around the corner, regenerate. He thinks that I'm not going to come back around the corner because my shields have dropped, but my shields haven't dropped. I've regenerated them, I'm back around, rushing them as hard as I can.
Oh, it's a brilliant
regeneration
plan.
makes that so good.
That's a brilliant plan, and I've seen that in your other gameplays too. You actually are probably one of the only people I see who absolutely uses the regen field in such an effective and sick way. Like, even on, I think it was your last Halo Zone video, you use the regen in so many, like, clutch ways that I've never even given the thing the chance to think about. Just because, I don't know, I'm classifying it in that Halo 3 mindset, whereas it's really powerful when I see how you're using it to bait corners and to work on that whole get in their face unexpected style. There's no way they can expect that you're gonna come right around the corner again, full health, full tier, ready to go.
Exactly, and that's what I like. I just think a lot of getting big scores is twisting people's like perception of what a playstyle can be. Like, you want to be the unpredictable player. You want to be the guy that's like, you know, these other players, they're all playing as a team and they're doing a good job, but this one player, he keeps getting in my face and I just can't get rid of him. It's just like, get out of my spawn, please, you horrible person.
Yeah.
I'm quite sadistic in a playstyle. I'm just like, I want to cause pain in the enemy team as much as I can.
Hey, man.
And sometimes that, go on, sorry.
No, you gotta be a beast, man. You gotta be a beast. That's what I'm saying, and I like that. So, on that note, dude, holy cow, you died once, didn't you?
Yeah.
So 21-1, really good gameplay. Thanks for talking us through that. If you don't mind, I would love to have you back on for part 3 and part 4, and then maybe something else afterwards, because your gameplay is just sick, man. Always been a bro, and the way you explain things through are helpful for me, and I hope it helps everybody watching this. So, thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me on.
Right on. Check out the link below for Mr. Modest Major, and we'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.
Peace.